Hey everybody, welcome back. I've got a new set of obstacles for you in my free obstacle course. It'll be free for the next couple of weeks at least at excelobstaclecourse.com. We've got some cell manipulation. We've got a pivot table here that we're going to create. We've got a unique case of index match, which I'll show you. And finally, we have Xlookup using ampersand, which I'm excited to show you. So I'm going to take you through the walkthrough, and then I'm going to see if I can complete this under a minute. So like in earlier videos, I haven't practiced this at all. I actually made this today. So what you're going to be seeing is a lot of trial and error until I get better at this. Although, first thing, just the walkthrough. I'm going to start the timer so we get a baseline. So we have to make these cells align and then move them over to the outline there. So I'm going to hit Control -sign and then Enter to shift cells to the left. And I hold down Control and press down arrow because these cells are occupied. If you look up here in the formula bar, you'll see a period. And then I go down to the next one. I can hit F4 to repeat the action. F4 again, F4 again. So now I'm over to the red. So what I'm going to do is actually push these cells with Control +sign and shift cells to the right. I'm going to jump up. I'm going to hold down Shift, hit arrow over once, F4 again, and so on and so forth. So again, Shift, arrow once, F4. And to leap around, we have Control and arrow. Now what I'm going to do here is do Control spacebar to highlight the entire column, and then Control +sign to move the red column over. I can't do the same over here with the blue, so I'm just going to highlight that, cut, and I'm going to paste over here to do the blue portion. Next, pivot tables. I like to do pivot tables using Alt-D-P. That's the legacy way to do it. There's another way. I'm not going to cover that, sorry. So as long as I've put my cell where I want my pivot table, I can just hit Enter automatically here. And then for the range, this is not a actual range, it's a table. So I'm going to type table 1. And it's going to recognize this whole table. And then hit Enter again because it's going to paste it right where I had my cursor. Now that that's done, how do we get over to the pivot table fields? If you tap Shift F6 3 times, it takes you over there. So now I can use my arrows, not the mouse. And down here is my instructions. Make a pivot table showing sum of units sold by salespeople. So I'm going to hit spacebar to select that. It automatically puts that in rows first. And now go down to units sold, hit spacebar again, and it knows that I want to do the sum, and it knows that I wanted to put this in values. How? Excel's smart like that. And once you're done with that, you have to hit escape to get out of that so you can advance to the next sheet. So this is a unique case of using index match. Usually you might use index match to look up cells in a grid where you might use lookup. But in this case, we have a main list. I've actually made a whole video out of how to do this. But we have a main list with headers, and we have data we want to add. But the thing is, the new data is in different column order. How many times have you seen that? How many times have you gone copy, paste? We don't want to do that. We want to use a formula. It's more accurate, faster, and more fun. Let's face it. All right, next one. We have Xlookup with an ampersand. So what we have here is we have performance rating and department, and we want to assign bonus. So if somebody's in sales and excellent, I want to look up those two things and return 10% bonus. I know this says bonus like it's the figure, but I actually mean bonus percentage. So just to keep it simple, Xlookup. So first we're going to look up this whole array. You can use whole arrays for Xlookup. So I'm not even going to lock it. I'm just going to hit ampersand and then go over to performance rating and choose that too. It's concatenated those two arrays. Then you hit comma. I'm going to go over to department and do the same thing. Ampersand. Excellent. Our lookup value is a concatenated array, and our lookup array is a concatenated array as well. So for the last one, we have the bonus for the return. So hit enter, and we get our result in a nice array. Of course, if you type anything here, you're going to get a spill. So just know that it's an array. Also know if you highlight this, copy, paste special values, it's no longer an array, but you have nice values. So anyway, let's do some spot checking. We've got sales excellent, 10%. That's correct. HR good at 6%. That's correct. Jump down here. Finance excellent, 11%. So yeah, I'm confident in these numbers. Let's see how fast we can do this entire Excel obstacle course. So we got 5 minutes, 57 seconds as our baseline. I'm going to undo everything. Just a little Control Z action. And you have to reset your cursors. I want this cursor down here. That's fine where it is. Okay. So I actually want to make a graph detailing my progress. So Shift 11. And then right here, I'm going to type attempt. And here I'm going to type result. I need to go down to where this says 20 up here. Okay. Alt H FIS tab 20 gives me 1 through 20. And the result, first we got 557.8. I'm going to copy that down just so I have the format like that. And then over here I'm going to put a graph. So Alt N and 1, enter, right click, select data. I'm just going to pick results first. And it thinks that this is a header. I'm just going to adjust this using the mouse, sorry. And let's see if it works. I'm going to put in some dummy values here. Yep. And if we get 30 seconds, I think we have to do 0:30. Yep. So I feel good about this chart. So for the header, we're going to call this my times. I know I use the mouse sometimes, don't sue me. I like to have this in the center. All right, so let's start. We have 2 of 20. We're trying to get under a minute. Here we go. Definitely have to push these. There's that one. Okay, I'll get used to it, but I really want to type table. Salesperson gets sold. There's that. You have to hit escape. Okay, equals index. Our array, we're not going to choose headers here. Type a 0, then match. All right, and then we have our Xlookup. And I'm going to cheat here for a second and see if this actually works. No, it did not. You do have to use ampersand. So it's this and this. You have to type your formula. This, ampersand, this, comma, then over here, this, ampersand, this, comma, and then our return. There we go. 1:50. So I think we can easily get this in 20 tries or 19, whatever, under a minute. So let's do our undoing. Takes just a few seconds. Cursor placement is fine. And then we're going to do 1:50:88. And you know me, I like to have my trend line with the R². Of course it's 1 because we just have 2 points. All right, timer's reset. Let's go again. Again, this is going to take some getting used to. F4. P over here. I did it again. I should have typed table. So salesperson, unit sold, that's it. And then index. Here's our array. 0, comma, match. I'm going to match that to these. Lock those, comma 0, boom, boom. And finally, we have Xlookup, this array, ampersand, this array. This is the lookup array. Yeah, that's harder than I think. This is harder than I thought it would be. At least we improved. A minute 24. So our undos. That's the only cursor we have to place, so that's good. 1 minute 24 seconds, 0.2. There we go. And yes, that looks ugly. Maybe down here we put a 0. That's better. And we'll replace that when we get down there. Let's go again. All right, table 1, finally. Oh, that's slick. Salesperson units. There we go. Escape. You have to escape. Index. That's that. Comma 0. Match. Up here. It's our match stuff. Comma 0. Piece of cake. Okay, here. Xlookup. Got this. Ampersand. This. Comma. You know, writing formulas without the mouse is a skill for sure. Look, we almost broke a minute. Maybe the goal is going to be under 45 seconds. I'm still going to do 20 tries. Let's go again. Minute 03. I don't remember what the last decimal point was. I'm going to put 5. I'm going to move this up. This 5 is bumming me out here. What does that mean? It means I'm going to do it 17 more times. But so I have that 5 goofing it up. All right, here we go. Again. Did it again. I don't know what's faster, to be honest. If anyone feels lost on the basic shortcuts, make sure you see my Start Here video. Comma 0. Minute 3. And I think there is room for improvement there. So let's go again. I think that works better. Okay, that was a good run. table 1. Okay. Escape. There we go. Cooking today. And make sure to comment if you don't get any of this, especially the formulas. I've got separate videos on that stuff. "58 seconds," and it had me explaining some stuff. So there we go. We hit our minute mark. But we're not done. Let's just keep going. So for this, we have to do 0:58. What was it, 50? I don't know. Close enough. And I use Control B for resetting, starting, stopping my timer, just FYI. You can set it up however you want. Again, livesplit.org to get the timer. It's free. It's easy to set up. But if you have any questions, there are many YouTube videos on it. Or if you want to ask me, comment, it's fine. Let's go again. "56, getting better." I just got a comment online that said, "What is bro training for?" I don't know. I just want to show people this. What am I training for? I don't know. There's an Excel World Championship. That's a financial modeling, which is not my field. But yeah, maybe one day you'll see me on there. So I put that comment probably a B, right? I'm gonna do a ranking of the comments, right? One I get all the time is holy employment, unemployment final boss, employment final boss. I've heard them all. Comment what you want, I don't care. I will find, though, that the Facebook commenters are the meanest. Instagram is okay, it's kind of mean. YouTube, I haven't had too many mean ones. But Facebook is the meanest. I don't know why. Everyone's in a grumpy mood, I guess. Let's go again, shall we? Oh, yikes. Boom, 56.2. So we're seeing some improvement here. All right, let's try again. 52 seconds. Getting closer. Okay, got about 12 runs left. Here we go. $55. It's a little worse than last time, but whatever. Reset our timer and go again. $49.96. Getting there, knocking on that door for 45 seconds. And that's a new record, so that's good. Again. $54.25. Breaking 45 or even 40 is going to be a challenge. If you try this and you get better than that, post it, let me know. Yeah, and the formula writing seems tedious, but if you do it repetitively, you'll find that when you have to execute it, it's easy. Like for something else, which is really the point of all this. Building muscle memory in your fingers so you don't have to look at a dumb reference sheet or notes. And it can look impressive when everybody's watching you do something at work. Here we go. I call do-over on that one. All right, do-over. Here we go. Do-over again. 50 seconds. I think we're going to be floating around there for a while. At least until the formulas improve. It's a weird trend line. Let's go again. What the heck happened? I really don't know what happened. Just fat fingering. Minute 3. I'm still going to record it. It's okay. I don't like the looks of that, but whatever. We got 7 more tries. Let's see if we can get it. I don't know, 45. But to do that, we have to be really serious. So. $53. You go try 15. $51. Go again. 49.21. I don't know if it's a record or not. I think it is. That's a new record. Boom, there we go. Okay, we got 4 more tries, you know, coming in the clutch, so let's do this. "43 seconds. We beat 45 seconds. Okay. I think if we can make it to 40, this would be a successful video. If not, it's a total failure. Just kidding. I mean, I don't know how you guys spend your evenings after work. I like to do Excel obstacle courses. I like to show you guys this stuff. Yeah, that's a really good time. I think we're gonna break 40. All right, let's go. Yep, 47. I mean, it's just around where I'm getting. Okay, so now, since we only have 2 runs left, time to play hardball. "43, 46. We broke 45, which I think we did before, but whatever. Respectable. Yeah, that's a record. All I have to do is say that I'm going to play hardball, and then it happens. All right, so the last run, we got to break the record. Here it goes. Last run. Oh my gosh. Oh man, okay. That was ugly, but 46 is okay for the last run. So I want to see how fast you guys can do this. Post your time in the comments as always. And again, thanks for watching.